morning to you. Welcome to Breakfast with Roger Johnson and Louise Minchin.
Good morning. Our headlines today: an expansion Easter Monday, April the 5th. Our top story today: everyone in England will be offered 2 free rapid COVID tests each week from this Friday, under the government's plans to expand its testing programme.
The Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, says the additional tests will play a crucial role in curbing future outbreaks of the virus as life returns to normal. Our health correspondent Jim Reid reports. The next stage of the government's plan to ease lockdown measures in England from April the 12th is expected to be approved by cabinet ministers today.
Yes, the Prime Minister will also give details of a traffic light system for restarting international travel and his plans to trial COVID passports at major sporting events. Our political correspondent Nick Eardley has more details. Police divers have been deployed as part of the investigation into the disappearance of student Richard Okereke. The 19-year-old hasn't been seen since the 22nd of March.
Yep, he was last seen walking towards Epping Forest. Aruna Ayenga has this report. Licences among people between age 16 and 25 in Britain have fallen to their lowest level since records began in 2012.
The number of full around that age,
yeah.
I can confirm that is why.
That is the reason, yeah. Yeah, I know lots of those teenagers. It's 6:10. Carol's got to look at the weather. And my goodness me, Carol, there's a bit of a change, isn't there? Morning. I need to prepare again, Carol. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
As we've heard this morning, the Prime Minister will set out plans later today for easing foreign holiday restrictions in England. They are expected to include a traffic light system for travelling to different countries.
Live to Manchester Airport this morning. Breakfast, Jane McCubbin is...
For you?
I had a curry for the first time the other night, for a long time.
For the first time?
Yeah, sorry, for the first time for a long time. We finished that sentence, for the first time for a long time. Apparently it's supposed to be
a very special way to remember her daughter as well.
It's 6:25 now. Let's get the news, travel and weather for the first time this morning, wherever you are.
Hello, very good morning. You are watching Breakfast with Roger Johnson and Louise Minchin.
Good morning. Coming up on Breakfast this morning.
I'm seeing her a little bit later. Now, from Friday, we should all be able to get hold of free rapid testing kits to be used twice a week, regardless of COVID symptoms. Let's talk about that. Lots of other...
Haircut, top of the list, undoubtedly, next Monday, 9 o'clock. It's 6:38 now. Let's talk sport. Busy weekend of Easter.
Very good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Roger Johnson and Louise Minchin.
Hello, good morning. Our headlines today. And
it's nice to see a beach, isn't it?
Looked like a nice morning, though, but no one there.
7:07. Hairdressers and garden centres in Scotland can reopen from today in the latest easing of coronavirus restrictions.
Salons and barbers can welcome back customers with appointments only, although most non-essential shops will have to stay closed in Scotland for at least 3 more weeks. Here's our Scotland correspondent, James Shaw.
To Edward Arger, who's a Minister for Health, who may have some more, hopefully, answers on some of that for us as well.
We'll get some more reaction, though, to the proposed traffic light system and the government plans to introduce the so-called vaccine passports. The Shadow Cabinet Minister Rachel Reeves joins
Good morning. You are watching Breakfast with Roger Johnson and Louise Minchin.
Morning. Everyone in England will be offered a free rapid coronavirus test twice a week from this Friday.
So far, these swabs have been limited to those most at risk or who need to leave home for school or work, for example. The government say the lateral flow kits will be crucial as lockdown eases. We're joined now by the Health Minister, Edward.
It's 7:45. Let's catch up on a busy Easter weekend of sport. It's not over. Monday today, not Easter Sunday, as apparently I said.
Did you say it was Easter Sunday?
Yeah, they normally keep me in my box on a Sunday, so I just didn't know what day it was. Sorry, it is Monday.
I know it's Monday. Thank you for reminding me. As Helen mentioned, the next stage of the government's plan to ease lockdown measures in England from April the 12th is expected to be approved by Cabinet Ministers today. And our political correspondent Nick Eardley has more details on that. A week today, pubs and bars in England will be reopening to serve outdoors. But how have our drinking habits changed over the past year?
Yeah, the Royal College of Psychiatrists is warning that there could be a spike in the number of people suffering the effects of alcohol misuse and dependency as lockdown ends. Ellie Costello's got this report. 2 weeks off, you need to remember.
Refocus.
Yeah. It's 8:33 now. Riz Ahmed has starred in some of the biggest films and TV shows of the last decade. But his most recent role sees him return to his roots in independent cinema.
In Sound of Metal, he plays Ruben, a heavy metal drummer who loses his hearing. It's received widespread critical acclaim, with Riz nominated for both a BAFTA and an Oscar for Best Actor.
The film will also be shown with subtitles to ensure that deaf audiences are able to experience the story fully. Colin Patterson has been chatting to Riz. Look at the weather. We've had various reports during the course of the morning of a band of snow and patches of snow all over the place, including where we are, Carol. I don't know whether you've had any where your studio is, but a lot of people have got it.
And it's time to have a last look at the news headlines for you. And everyone in England will be offered a free rapid coronavirus test twice a week from Friday.
My next question, actually, because I suspect there are quite a lot of 10K runners who are going to be ultra keen to try and get back to an event, and yours, I guess, will be the first one that's officially organised. So, is there a website where people register? Is that because I guess there's a limited capacity anyway?
Watching will know that I am a runner. I like to go in these kind of races. So, I mean, lots of things people will be thinking. You know, for example, it's quite difficult in that sort of race, isn't it? That amount of people to be socially distant. So, is the idea that you probably won't have to be?
If I lined up next to you, you'd be off into the distance and I'd be miles away.
The other thing is, I know that you had planned, and you had lots of different technology in place, didn't you? You were trying to have the London Marathon, not virtually, but in real life in October last year. So presumably there is technology, isn't there, to help with these kind of events?
With either the London Marathon in October, assuming it all goes ahead as you're hoping, or with your test event, I mean, obviously people are going to be asked to take a test, and if they've paid an entry fee, can it be taken as read they'll get a refund?